Welcome to the One Star Weak Foot Show, your one-stop shop for player reviews, starring your host, One Star Weak Foot, and our review specialist, One Star Weak Foot. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, cats, dogs, and everything in between, and welcome to the One Star Weak Foot Show, your one-stop shop for player reviews. I'm going to be your host today, One Star Weak Foot, and it makes me feel great to see you back on the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, as you guys know, we will be reviewing another expensive player and another SBC player today. And this is all thanks to Alim Karmali. So, shout out to Alim Karmali. Thank you very much for letting us hop onto your account. I mean, I'm just blessed to have subs that let me onto their account and try their expensive players. We will be reviewing two cards today, and the first one's going to be 97 rated team of the season so far, been Yedder. And yeah, this card has been an absolute beast all year, and this version of the card looks absolutely mental. He's 5'7", he has the high work rates, he's right-footed, but it doesn't matter. He has the 5-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. As you guys see here, his stats with this card is absolutely insane. Before I go any further, if you're enjoying the content, if you want more content like this, do me a favor, hit the like button down below, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate all you guys at home for watching this video. So before I jump into this card, let me give you guys a few announcements. I forgot to say at the beginning of the show. So I'm going to be taking the next few days off. I'm going out of town from Friday to Monday, so I won't be posting a new video until Tuesday. Apologies for that. I hope this video can hold you over. Secondly, if you haven't followed me on Twitch yet and you want to see some of my streams, I will be streaming going forward at least like once a week. Link is going to be in the description box down below. Now let's look at this Ben Yedder card. When you look at it, he's gotten upgrades in very important areas. He has 97 pace, which was his main problem on his other card. He lacked the pace. This card looks much improved in that regard. His shooting is mental. I mean, 99's in attack positioning. In finishing, he has 95 shot power. For some reason, his long shots are still stuck at 81 though. His passing stats are insane as well. Once again, it's very strange for him to have 94 passing with the 80 long passing, but I don't really think it's going to be an issue. His dribbling stats are almost maxed out. I mean, if you throw any kind of chem style on him, he's going to have 99s in every single stat. His physical stats are much improved as well. 93 stamina is essential because every other Ben Yedder card gets tired easily. He also has 81 strength. We're going to see if that comes into effect. And the other card we're going to be reviewing today is going to be 91 rated Cyprien. And you guys know I like this League SBC version. This is the premium flashback version. Is he worth it? Well, I mean, let's find out. He's 5'11". He has the medium work rates. He's right-footed with the 4-star skills and the 3-star weak foot. As you guys see here, the stats are nothing crazy, but he is a CDM. When you look at this card, he looks insane. He looks like an upgraded version of Flashback Allen, an upgraded version of cards like that. His pace is very nice. His defending and physical are A1. His dribbling and passing make him an asset going forward. And don't forget, he also has 85 finishing, 92 shot power. So if he does get caught on the overlap, he's probably going to be decent. So without further ado, I'm going to take you over to our review specialist in the studios, One Star Weak Foot. Take it away. Thanks, One Star. As you guys know, we're reviewing two players, and the first one is going to be team of the season so far, Ben Yedder. He is selling for an insane price at 4.8 million coins. Is he worth it? I would have to go with the unpopular opinion and say no. I don't really think he's worth it. We're going to break down the stats though so you know exactly what to expect at home. So first we're going to talk about his pace. He has 97 pace, and I definitely noticed the pace upgrade on his player of the month, on his shapeshifters. I mean, he now has the pace to get in behind and staying behind. He also has the pace to just accelerate out of skill moves at an elite level. Overall, this guy's pace is a 9.5 out of 10. He's a little bit short of the Mbappe's of the world, but he's not that far off. Next, we're going to talk about shooting, and his shot feels very reliable. What I will say though is that I don't really notice a big difference between this Ben Yedder shot and the other Ben Yedders, namely the player of the month and the shapeshifter shot. I think those cards were so good finishing wise that this card doesn't really offer much extra. I mean, of course his attack positioning is insane. His finishing is brilliant with the 5-star weak foot, and his shot power is maxed out essentially. It's very nice. Overall, he has a very reliable shot, a very clinical shot, and he can shoot on either foot. I got to give his shooting a 9.5 out of 10. Next, we'll talk about his passing, and this is one upgrade I actually did notice on this card. He has 97 vision, 97 short passing, and oh yeah, 97 curve. In game, he definitely is a playmaker, and he definitely now has the passing to play cam. Because I know a lot of people played him at cam before, but I didn't really like him in that position in the past. I didn't think his passing was quite good enough. Now it's at that level where he could be a cam, where he could see things that other players can't. He could connect passes at a high level, and overall his passing is a 9.5 out of 10. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling, and once again, this Yedder card feels very similar to the other cards. I don't really notice a difference between this card and the other cards as far as dribbling goes, and that's not really a bad thing because his dribbling is very, very nice. He feels very responsive, very reactive. He's able to left stick dribble, strafe dribble with the best of them. He's able to turn very quickly at the drop of the dime, and he's able to stop and go very effectively as well. His dribbling in tight areas is exceptional, and overall, this guy's dribbling is a 10 out of 10. I mean, how much better can you really get? Finally, what we've been talking about is physical, and this was the part of the card that disappointed me. Despite the fact that he has 81 strength and 75 aggression, which are huge upgrades, by the way, in game, he still feels weak. He still feels flimsy. He's not somebody who really could ride a challenge. What I will say, though, is that there are times where he bounces off the defender. Maybe that's his strength coming into play. I'm not sure. His stamina is the biggest upgrade he got that's really noticeable. He has 93 stamina. He now lasts all game and then some. And he has 99 jumping, 98 heading accuracy. If this was FIFA 19, those would be meaningful, but it's not. So it is what it is. Overall, this guy's physical is an 8 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on this card? I think this card is a magnificent card, but because it's team of the season, I feel like his impact has been dulled. I mean, I'm playing him next to team of the season Aguero, and in my opinion, they're just as good as each other. And that's not to crap all over this Yedder card. He's a great card. He has the pace, he could finish. His passing is elite. His dribbling is elite. And his physical is not too shabby. But what I will say is that he doesn't really bring enough to your team to justify that 4.8 million. He doesn't have that special magic that Icon Ronaldo has, that Icon Eusebio has, that separates them from the rest of the cards during the team of the season. If he does drop to around 2 million though, I do think that's a much, much better price for him. Overall, I gotta give him a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, he's a solid card, but for the price, I just can't co-sign it. Next, we will be talking about Cyprien. He is selling for 300,000 coins to complete the SBC. Is he worth it? I would have to say he's not a bad value. I don't think he's a great value, but at the same time, he's not a horrible value either. We're gonna break down the stats though. So, first we're gonna talk about his pace. He has 88 pace, and that is essential. He feels very nice as far as tracking up and down the pitch. He doesn't quite feel rapid. His acceleration coming out of skill moves is very decent, nothing more. And once he's in behind, I wouldn't really run too fast with him because you're gonna need to pull it back. He doesn't have that top end sprint speed. That being said, for his role at CDM, I think his pace is very good, and I gotta give it an 8.5 out of 10. Next, we'll talk about shooting, and I was surprised with his shot. He has a very reliable shot if you get it on his right foot. His finishing is 85 with 92 shot power, and he did overlap at times and caught my opponent off guard by scoring goals in that way. He only has 83 attack positioning, which surprised me because his runs into the box were very nice. He also has 91 long shots, which is a nice thing to have in your arsenal as a midfielder. Overall, this guy's shooting is an 8.5 out of 10. It's solid. It'll definitely keep your opponent honest, but I wouldn't play him as a cam. Next, we'll talk about his passing, and honestly, he's a very good passer of the ball. He's a very reliable passer of the ball. He's somebody that could pass the ball from deep. Also, he could pass the ball in tight areas. He's very versatile in that regard. He has 91 vision, 92 short passing, 87 long passing with 90 curve, and he does fit the bill because in the midfield on this game, especially during team of the season, you need somebody who could pass. You need somebody who could pass under pressure. He ticks all those boxes, and overall, this guy's passing is an 8.5 out of 10. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling, and in my opinion, this is my favorite part about the card. He has 92 dribbling, 94 agility, 88 balance, and while I will say he doesn't quite feel like a winger on the ball, as far as a midfielder, especially as a defensive-minded midfielder, this guy feels much better than most of them on this game that are effective in that role. He's able to turn very effectively, he's very press-resistant, his strafe dribbling is very nice, and on top of that, he does have the 4-star skill moves, which he's able to execute at a decent level. He also has 93 composure, which helps every single aspect of his game, and overall, I gotta give this guy's dribbling a 9 out of 10. Finally, we will be addressing his defending and physical, and honestly, he's very, very good in those two regards. The number one thing I will talk about here is his stand tackling. He has 92 stand tackling, 90 strength, 92 aggression. And in game, he definitely feels very strong, very solid going into a challenge. He's not somebody like Ballack, who's really big and is going to knock the defender off. But he's also not somebody like Conte, who's going to get bullied from time to time. He's somewhere in the middle. He's very similar to Seedorf, how he's kind of like shortish but stocky and still able to impose his will on the opposition. He has a very solid challenge because of it. His interceptions in 91 were also noticeable. He's always there to break a play. Positionally, he was very nice with his 89 defensive awareness. I didn't really notice his medium defensive work rates being an issue at all. He also has 93 stamina, which means he lasts all game. And overall, his defensive and physical contribution has to be a 9 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on this card? I think this card is a great CDM, probably the best strong link to Atal on this game, and possibly one of the best French midfielders on this game. He's a very, very well-rounded card. He provides everything you need in the midfield, and his defensive and physical contributions are very nice. Overall, I gotta give him a 9 out of 10. He's a slight step above Flashback Allen, and therefore I do think his price is justified. Alright guys, so that's gonna be my Cyprien and Ben Yedder review. Hopefully you guys at home enjoyed it. Once again, thank you to Alim Karmali for letting us onto his account. I'll see you guys in the next episode. But until then, deuces.